To be honest, anybody can change their life with crypto and DeFi if you get the right information, the right timing, and the right strategy. Of course, that's why I'm here, so let's go. So in this video, I want to talk about yield nodes. So you can get about 10% a month with yield nodes. They invest in master nodes for you, and the actual return over the last 29 months has been pretty consistent. We're gonna look at all the numbers. We're gonna look at this project. I have already invested into this project, and in fact, I'm actually gonna be investing more into this project today. So I'm gonna explain everything to you. This is not a very high risk type of project because it has been performing well for the last 29 months. Now, masternodes themselves do produce a yield. However, they can be complicated and they require a lot of money to get into. That's why there is yield nodes, where they will take the money and they will invest it for you, and you have your yield back on your investment. Of course, a lot of projects, a lot of node projects claim to do that, but as we know, they usually go down in time. So let's go ahead and look at yield nodes. Now, this website is yieldnodes.com. I will include the link in the description down below, so please use my link if you do decide that this is investment that you want to put some capital in. So to be honest, it is profitable and it is proven crisis safe. There is a little short video here which you can watch, and what's basically important here is the stats. You can here see that the revenue generated for March 2022 is 7.4%, and integrated projects contributing to the yield are at 19, but these 7.4%, guys, this is massive. When you think about it, it is awesome. You can see here as well that the average monthly yield in the last 30 months is 10%. So 10%, but what's important here is that this did not come in the last, for example, 1 or 2 months or last week, like some of these super high risk DeFi projects that are here today, gone tomorrow. This is something that has proven itself over time. So it is reliable, it is sustainable, and it performs really, really well. You can actually see that this equates to an annual yield of 120% or 213% compounded. So you can get your initial investment back after 6 months, which a lot of DeFi projects, a lot of them, you cannot get your initial investment back. So a cool thing about yield nodes is that you can get your initial investment back after 6 months. And I also saw there is an emergency thing, so I'm sure they're gonna tax you if you get your initial investment back early, but I guess there is a way you can get it back earlier if you do have an emergency. But anyways, if you do the math with this percentage, now that's a great return. That is doubling, more than doubling your money in that period of time. Now, if you ask me, this is massive. Of course, you can see these payment methods. You can use Visa cards, MasterCards. You can even go with Bitcoin, bank transfer. It's all available. And here you can see that yield nodes is a complex multi-tiered node rental program based on the new blockchain-based economy. So 213%, and in essence, revenue is generated through a combination of masternoding, price gains, and services that work in unison to leverage each other in their own ecosystem. So like I said, a lot of these quote-unquote node projects are supposed to actually be investments where you invest in the token and they make the right investments and give you back a yield. However, it has been more so Ponzi-nomics, where the only money being paid out is the money coming in. Therefore, a lot of these other node projects in DeFi will pump and then they will dump. However, yield nodes, in my opinion, is a different story. You will notice here that further services, co-operations, and business cases are in progress. So these guys are on a grind. They want to make this better than it is. And here, as you can see, that they started in 2018, and over the next 30 months of their existence, they generated a return of 300% for those participants, for those people who were involved with the yield yield nodes despite the corona crisis. And here you can take a look. You can actually see that each month is different. So for example, this month is 10%. This month, fifth month of the last year, it was 7.9%. But just look at this one. It's 19.2%. Now that's actually crazy. This was the smallest month. It was 5.2. But when you combine all this, it's such a great return on this website that it's actually amazing. And this corresponds to an annual return of 120%. Now that's amazing. So once again, it's doubling, more than doubling your money. And actually 12 months in a year, 120, that's 10% each month for you. And for participants who took advantage of the monthly compounding option, a gigantic 213%. And all that happened despite the global economic crisis caused by COVID-19. They really are crisis safe. So to summarize this, the program in a nutshell, so minimum deposit is 500 euros. Right now, 500 euros equals to $526, so it's basically the same. Maximum deposit is 250,000. Payout is gonna be monthly, and the contract can be canceled at any time after the 6th month, of course. Deposit and interest are paid in euro, US dollars, or bitcoins, so there is a wide variety of options. And of course, the next most important thing is this: profit. So projected 5 to 15% pure profit, and it's paid out every month, so you don't have to wait for a whole year to pass or that 6-month period. You will get it every month, and that's what I love about this. Also, there is an interesting twist on their side, so this is it. Should the yield drop below 5% for 3 consecutive months, your rental payment will be returned along with any accrued profits if compounded. So no fuss, no quibbling. Now this is a very nice and safe feature if you ask me. It only shows how confident these guys are. And of course, down here we can see performance yield nodes versus traditional investments over the last 30 months. So this is 500 euro example investment, and here you can see, for example, gold, Dow Jones, Bitcoin, yield nodes, and of course yield nodes compounded. Now this is the one which took off massively now, because we all know the power of compounded investment. And here you can see the yield nodes regular, this red line. Now it is very consistent. It is for those that are more conservative investors, right? They don't like to up and down, and they don't like the volatility. This has been pretty consistent. These two down here, they're not even competing. So yield nodes is not an investment program, but a pay-for-service system that generates profits based on the mathematical algorithm ingrained within each master-noded coin. Now you can go on and find about how does this actually work here, and the most important thing is that this is not mining. This is not proof of work. This is more into proof of stake. You have some information here which you can read, and website is really full of information, and you have some risks and contingencies, but you can see that masternoding is not trading as well, so loss of capital is highly unlikely. Naturally, there are expenses, but servers are rented and contracts can be canceled at any time. We talked about that. You have their team here. There's a lot of more information on this website, really. You have some projects which they are involved with, but we have basically covered all that it is to this website, and now it is just on you to start using it. Of course, it is very easy. You will just click here on this sign up button, make yourself a quick account, and then you will find yourself in your dashboard, and this is how it's going to look like. You can see that I already have some profits into it, and I'm going to invest more into it these days because I'm satisfied with the week 1 profit. It's 1.3%. Week 2 profit is 1.2%, and my month of April was 8.3% in 2022, so I'm definitely going to go and deposit more. And depositing is also done in a very easy way. You will just go, and I use Bitcoin, for example. I just generate this Bitcoin address of theirs, and I copy that, and wanna just go on Kraken, on Coinbase, whatever, you just enter your deposit amount and that's it. So I actually think that it's a pretty good investment here, and to be completely honest, I like the fact that it has proven successful over the last 30 months. And I think 10% a month is a great return on investment. Also, you can get your initial deposit back after 6 months, that's also cool. And I also like the fact that they're actually investing in masternodes. And I'm not gonna go deep into this, but here on ihostmn.com, you can see all these different masternodes. Like I said, it costs a lot of money and it can be complicated to invest in these, but these are some of the projects that they are investing in. You could even see here, so free hosting sponsored by Yield Nodes. So this is not one of those node projects that claims to do something but never actually does it, right? So this is something that, in my opinion, is pretty legit. So if you think that there is a place for you here, feel free to check it out, invest something, maybe start slowly by weekly and monthly later, and of course I wish you a good yield. Take care and until the next time.